Alhamdulillah, wa salatu wa salam ala Rasulillah sallallahu alayhi wa sallam. A sister asks, is it permissible for me to apply for the student's loan scheme?
سجدت باسمك إلهي عالي الشاني يا الواحد الفرد نظرة منك تغنيني.
Now, before we go further, we need to appreciate that student loans fall into one of the three categories. The first category is the category of a loan that does not involve riba, and the student pays back what he took without any interest, without any increment in the principal. And for this case, it is permissible to take this loan, and there is no problem with that if the loan is that what you took is what you pay back. This is the first category. And the second category is that the loan will involve riba, and this is the increment on top of the principal amount. You pay, maybe if your tuition is 1 million, you get a loan of 1 million and you pay back around 1.1 or 1.2 millions Ugandan shillings. And in this case, it is not permissible to take this loan because it involves riba, and riba is that interest, and it is the increment, the added amount on top of the principal amount that has been given to you. And then the final category is that the loan does not involve riba originally, but in some cases it involves a riba-based condition. For example, if someone says, I'm giving you tuition of 1 million, you must give me 1 million at the end of the semester. If you fail to pay me 1 million at the end of semester for a period of 1 month, you are going to pay me 1.2 million. Originally, if it is after the semester that you're going to give him 1 million, there is no riba involved originally. It does not involve riba originally. But at a certain point, that after 1 month, if you fail to pay after 1 month post the semester, you're going to pay 1.2 million. And when you agree to this, it means you have agreed to the bit of the contract that allows you to pay riba, and that is the interest. And in this case, it is also not permissible to take that loan because this contract involves approving of the riba-based condition. Now, having known the three categories into which student loans fall, and this drives us to the question of our sister, who says that is it permissible for her to go into for the students' loans scheme? Because here at our university, or any other university in the same category as this one, the kind of student loans offered fall under category number 2, in which there is a third-party organ that comes in to give out loans to different students, to thousands of students, that they are going to pay back this amount of money as they start working. But they are going to do that at a certain degree of interest. And such third-party organs that come in to design such schemes, they are designed only to profit the person who is lending the money and not to help the person in need. This is why the Sharia strictly prohibits someone to engage in riba-based loans, either on the receiving end or the giving end. And particularly at our university, the interest rate is 7% per annum, charged on the reducing balance. Now, with regards to the weight of the sin of indulging in a riba-based loan or in a transaction that involves riba, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala states in the Quran, يَا أَيُّهَا الَّذِينَ آمَنُوا اتَّقُوا اللَّهَ وَذَرُوا مَا بَقِيَ مِنَ الرِّبَا إِن كُنتُم مُؤْمِنِينَ فَإِن لَمْ تَفْعَلُوا فَأْذَنُوا بِحَرْبٍ مِّنَ اللَّهِ وَرَسُولِهِ. Now Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala says that all you who have believed have the true consciousness of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala and give up what remains of interest. If you are truly believers, in kuntum mu'minin. فَإِن لَمْ تَفْعَلُوا, and if you do not do so, فَأْذَنُوا بِحَرْبٍ مِّنَ اللَّهِ وَرَسُولِهِ, then be informed of a war against you that is from Allah and His Messenger. There is no sin, there is no bad act in the Quran that Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala attributes a woe from Him and the Messenger. No act is described as bad as this act of riba. So it is that Muslim students should not engage in such programs that invoke Allah's wrath and curse, of which even the studies will not have His divine blessings. Now a big question arises. I am not financially able as a Muslim student. What am I supposed to do? The truth is, we do understand the importance of studying in university and the demand for it. And we do pray that Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala gives us Muslim organizations that will provide a viable Sharia compliant alternative, an alternative that will be compliant with the commandments of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala and His Sharia. But for the time being, we may avail from one of the following to avoid such schemes with interest. A student might apply for government scholarships. For example, a student who is fresh from A-level here in my country, it is that they will opt for filling in the Pujab forms so that they attain the government scholarships. And this is with great performance. And this is an option that is really viable for a Muslim student to go into, to run away from such schemes. It is also possible that you go into a university that provides scholarships itself. There are some universities that do sponsor their own students. That is for a student that might not have joined university yet. But for a student who is already in university and has been in this scheme, you advise to look for companies who fund students through university as part of a professional contract. I've recently heard of the Madivan scholarship program. Madivan has been sponsoring students at our university. It would also work for you that you work on a part-time basis whilst you're studying. You work on a part-time basis such that you, in one way or the other, raise the funds that will help push you along your journey of education at university. Or maybe you might opt to take out a gap year and work full-time to save money for university. You may say, I'm applying for a dead year, let me go and work and save money to come and complete my course. Or it may also be an option that you ask your close friends and family for non-interest based loans. You ask for your friends to lend you money. You ask your friends to lend you money, and that money should not have interest on it. And these are all options at hand that we need to utilize, such that we run away from such schemes that invoke the wrath of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, especially in these times that we are trying to attain this knowledge. And if the wrath of Allah comes into our knowledge, it means it's not going to be beneficial at one point in time. We do know that these are challenging times for Muslim students, and the true servants of Allah will clearly be visible through such tests. When such a test comes, the true servants of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala will adhere to it and try to seek the halal means in which they go through this test. And if they are visible through such tests, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala will most definitely provide for them. As we ask Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala to open His doors of sustenance for you and provide for you for all your requirements in a halal manner. Ameen. Wallahu a'la wa a'lam. Allah knows best.